You ever heard the phrase, "You're gonna need a bigger boat, my friend"? Well, sometimes you're just gonna need a bigger phone as well. Mobile games are hitting so high in the market right now that they might run Grand Theft Auto 6 when it comes out. So, if you're looking for something like that, here are the absolute biggest mobile games ever made on Android and iOS. At the top of the food chain of just power-hungry games on mobile sits, at number one, Once Human. I mean, to begin with, this game is over 60 gigabytes in size. And it's kind of one of those survival games that really shouldn't work on paper, but it absolutely does. Free to play, open world, it's just jam-packed with content, yet the thing that actually hooks you is how weird and how creative it gets. I mean, you're gonna see busts with legs, Pokemon companions made of alien nut, just, bizarre in the best way. Survival loop is simple but surprisingly addictive. The game runs smooth, connects with PC players. It's fun, strange, and honestly one of the more refreshing survival games of this year. Easily a 9 out of 10. Now we're gonna go ahead and give number 2 to something more reasonable, because Shadowgun Legends has been, technically since its official release a long time ago, one of the best of all, even to this day. It's a free-to-play science fiction-based first-person shooter that offers 2 different modes. Co-op for playing with your friends, of course, and a story mode to go for a rather engaging campaign and a lot of story. This game features one of the best graphics on the platform, and it could potentially even have low frames because it's a heavy one. Heavy, but very well developed. And the best part is that this game is only 1.5 gigabytes in size, which is absolutely insane. Top of that, it supports controllers and has an offline mode as well. Alright, the question is this list gonna be just about first-person shooters only? You're goddamn right. But no, seriously. Delta Force is basically peak realistic first-person shooter, almost as if they squeezed a PS4 Battlefield game, Tarkov, and a Hollywood war movie in your phone. And somehow they actually succeeded. Like, you get to play 50-player PvP, great-looking explosions, smooth vehicle combats, and an operation mode that delivers that old perfect hot racing fun, to the point you're gonna be feeling that this game is just unfair to the rest. It even runs shockingly well, looks even better, and with full controller support, it genuinely just feels like it's built for bigger screens. Alright, you ask for most realistic games, and if we're being honest, PUBG Mobile is one of those moments when it came out when folks realized the phones could run a full-scale AAA game on the go without burning a chipset, and it easily still stands tall in the bunch, in many ways too. But first of all, it's just a full PUBG experience. Dropping in, looting like a goblin, panicking and praying your thumbs do the right thing. The UI looks like someone spilled buttons everywhere and, the frame rates occasionally forget their job. But when a game this massive hits mobile and actually works, it pretty much earns a spot amongst the biggest. All maps, although included, PUBG takes you a whopping 30 gigabytes of storage. Going down to number 5, we have the game Blade of God X, or Blade of God 2 Orisols, which is possibly one of the best Souls-like RPGs of mobile gaming world, and one that's recently been redone. Technically, it's a re-release version offering now 4K visuals on a phone screen, delivering an even more immersive. It's just filled with battles, moral decisions, and a decent story to follow along the way, mostly combat and just narrative. Graphics are also optimized for low-end devices. It's over 10 gigabytes in size, unfortunately, and only plays online. There were many racing games we could include in today's list, especially Racing Master, which actually came out just a couple of weeks ago. That game is just on a whole other level, but Asphalt Legends Unite, or Asphalt 9, slides in next as the loud cousin that showed up with better graphics, more content, and don't even sweat it, it's all free type of games. Of course, People do joke about this thing that Gameloft sprinkled a bit microtransaction seasoning on it, and they're not wrong, obviously. But still, it's a absolute banger, this game. Visuals are gorgeous, the tracks feel movie-level dramatic, and just a constant stream of things to do means there's always something to get busy with. It's kind of pay to win, of course, but it never drops the ball on pure quality. If you want flashy, fast, high-speed racing on mobile, this is it. We're gonna kick off number 7 with Forgot Memories Remastered. And why not? This game was originally released in 2015 as a mobile title and finally made its way to PC and also once again mobile with a remastered version. And let me just say, if you are in need of a good Silent Hill game, which is a sucker for Capcom games, this one's a mind-blowing good version of one of those with better graphics and a smoothness that you're not gonna find on anywhere in this kind. The atmosphere, paired with the art design and the voice actors, give it nostalgia, all the right old school survival horror elements, and a new game plus mode if you want more. If you're looking for a bit of portable horror, this game does its job pretty well, although it's a paid game and takes you about $7. I'm pretty sure most of you know about Bright Memory Infinite as well, but it had to be in the list, right? This game has been out since last year, the remastered version, and at the least, I gotta say it's just worth checking out. Played it on Android, it's everything you want from a realistic first-person shooter and hack and slasher. Graphics are impressive for a mobile game, way better than you'd expect on a phone, and the gameplay is just non-stop slashing and shooting and story. Plus, the price tag at $5, it's kind of a steal for that quality. The remastered edition has clearly taken a lot of good feedback from the previous releases. It's smoother, more refined, and has received overwhelming praise on mobile. Unless the game is broken somehow on your phone, there's no way you're gonna regret it. Number 9, we have obviously Pascal's Wager. And why is that? Honestly, I still remember booting it up for the first time and watching smoke coming out of my phone sockets. To be fair, this is a full-on Souls-like on mobile like nothing else. This thing plays smoother than half the console ports out there right now, and the good thing is that it's available on Android phones, as opposed to, the Animus games which are iOS exclusive. It's just a game of no joke. Heavy combat where every dodge feels like a life or death choice, and it's got this sanity meter which is just absolute pain. On top of that, you're gonna know the developers did fix the old bathroom quality voice acting, so everything hits just right. It is dark, brutal, fair, no pay to win nonsense, just pure challenge and pure mobile greatness. Takes you about $5. On another hand, since I never actually played Genshin Impact and don't even like it, because everyone's been playing it, Honkai Star Rail on the other hand is pretty much proof that these Chinese developers wake up every morning and casually come up with something bigger, a bigger game. And on that note, this one absolutely earns a spot on the list. The turn-based combat just snaps, the visuals go ridiculously hard, the game is nearly 30 gigabytes in size, and just the writing of it somehow bounces between a banger, a novel, and a trainhead. Obviously the gacha elements are not the greatest, but the game is so polished that you're gonna keep playing anyway. Between the puzzles, the massive story, and the absurdly addictive simulated universe mode, Star Rail isn't just another mobile game, it's one of the big ones. This is probably one of the most underrated games of all time on mobile, which we did not talk about before. Life After, it's another zombie apocalypse, but it's got something done right. You get a huge open world, scavenging, base building, mutant monsters that just could eat your boat on the go, and the occasional friendly survivor to just chat with, because why survive alone when it's more fun with someone to trust? The game is deep, occasionally brilliant, until you hit a transition that reads like it was done by a chatbot, or run into some control problems to fight back at times. But the grind is real, the pay to win temptation is even more real, but this game somehow keeps you coming back because, of course, the apocalypse. It is a free game, 20 gigabytes in total, it's an RPG shooter, give it a shot, it's free, why not? Grand Theft Auto San Andreas Netflix is basically right now Rockstar at its finest on mobile. Obviously that's gonna change when Red Dead comes out. It's definitely one of the closest we've ever gotten to a proper remaster. High resolution texture and ultra wide support looks amazing. It runs great, controller support is even better. Overall, one of the best open world ports out there right now. I don't know, maybe we should have included Wreckfest in the list. But since I didn't really want to include too many racing games in just one list, we're gonna give number 13 to Little Nightmares, which is just one of those ports that makes you double take your game and occasionally wonder what you are just witnessing. It's a full creepy classic and the constant feeling something's right over your shoulder. It looks amazing still today, especially cranked to high settings, and the atmosphere alone is just worth the price. Touch controls work, but use a controller if you can, if you've got one, unless you like dying, since the checkpoints are all spaced out, so expect to replay a lot. But overall, in its fairness, this game is pure panic fuel done right. Still one of the best platformers ever made on mobile. Speaking of full remakes, that being said, XCOM 2 Collection is another mobile port of a PC original, including all DLCs and added content on top of a hefty price, although $15 now, thankfully, and not $25 anymore. This thing includes 2 different modes, the good old tactical strategy and the second more popular base building management part. It is a huge game but takes you just a few gigabytes in total. It's offline and on mobile it even has a free camera control, ability to overwatch your every single move. This one sits proudly at the top with a smug grin. If we were to make a list of, some of the biggest, most legitimate premium mobile releases ever, this is definitely one of the top 3.
What the hell was that?
At number 15, Alien Isolation on mobile is honestly something I still cannot believe exists. A full AAA stealth horror masterpiece on a phone, running smoother than half the stuff built for mobile. The original, almost 12-year-old original game was already legendary, yet Feral Interactive somehow shrunk that old entire experience down without losing the atmosphere or anything. And guess what? It runs unbelievably well. Even on older devices, performance holds strong, visuals look crisp, and it's scary. If you're a survival horror fan, Alien fan, or just someone who enjoys sweating, this is the absolute banger. Number 16 is one of the oldest achievements in mobile gaming history, and number 16, it is the game Into the Dead, which is, look, gameplay is exactly what you'd expect from a quality runner shooter. Everyone is a mini panic attack in a good way. You get over 60 missions, multiple endings, upgrades, companions, and huge side stories including Night of the Living Dead, Ghostbusters content. Graphics are solid, controls are simple, performance is just mostly smooth, and it holds up pretty well for a puny 2 GB of storage, just way bigger than you'd expect. Kind of a rare case of a mobile game done right. Well, obviously, Destiny Rising is one of those other mobile games that makes you pause and just rethink your entire mobile games can't be this big speech you had with your friends. First time I saw the download size, I thought my phone's gonna run a complaint, but once you're in this game, you're gonna see just how well these developers cooked. Gunplay is punchy, movement smooth, graphics look like they escaped from a console. I mean, it's a gacha game. Welcome to 2025, but honestly the gameplay is so good, you forget you're even polling. PvP, co-op, roguelike modes, a random car game for just no reason, it's stacked. Let's just say Destiny Rising isn't good for mobile. It is straight up overall good. The problem is probably just the download size.
Here I come. Here we go.
Now with that being said, at number 18 we've got Golf Supercrew. And honestly this game speaks for itself. Not only it redefines virtual golfing with a fresh blend of fast gameplay, shot mechanics and social features, but it's also designed for players of all skill levels. It offers swing chat for real-time conversations and clan missions to build depth. You can actually customize everything from your gear to golf bags, adding flair to your rounds. It's got different modes like Super League and Golden Clash to ensure variety, while skill shots bring a strategic twist to every single game. It is a hole-in-one for golf enthusiasts. 10 out of 10.
The way you play determines how the contract is shaped.
Since we're including quality over size as we're going down, it'll just be a shame if we didn't include this bad boy in our list. Honestly, Hitman Absolution on mobile is just straight up legendary. Not a downgrade, not a cloud version, not a mobile edition. This is just a full thing rebuilt for phones like it had something to prove. Feral Interactive ported the entire game perfectly. You get crisp visuals, smooth performance, touch controls that actually make sense for once, full controller support, and keyboard and mouse on mobile, because there's always that one guy. $15 might sound premium, but for a complete console size in your pocket, I'm not gonna lie, it is the absolute steal. Come on. Well, with that being said, at number 20, Tank Battles here gets a special recommendation because it's getting better and better by the day. I mean, this game is much bigger than what we thought since we last played it. A PvP shooter stuffed to the brim with different tank combat, new level of warfare, with every type of OG advanced war machine, including drones, helicopters, air defenses, artillery, so much more. So whether if it's just air combat, ground battles or sea battles, there's always something happening in this game. You can also, of course, team up with other players and enjoy co-op. The game is barely 3 GB in size and it's simply got over 30 GB of res. And by the way, which one's your favorite? Specifically, if it's not in the list. Let me know about it down in the comments. Thanks for watching as always. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, and by the way, unfortunately this one is just iOS exclusive, but since it is legitimately, specifically for the size of the game, which is just 1.5 GB in total, Project Bodycam, or on the Apple Store it's called Head On, still right now one of the finest, most fun to play. In fact, the single one and only bodycam shooter you can play on the go, that is also free, does have a very big surprise. I'm not gonna talk over it. Bodycam official major update coming to the Apple stores as well soon. Just look at this beauty.